I did get quite a lot of stuff done, so I wanted to get on here and get back into the practice of recording. Even if I don't have a ton of progress on everything, I just like getting on here and chatting with y'all, talking at y'all, talking to myself or the dog. Yeah, so I was in the mood to record, and here we are. So I hope that you enjoy this video, and if Flosstube and crafty updates are your jam, please consider commenting, liking, and subscribing. That would certainly make my day, and I hope to see you back again in the next one. So I think we should get started with the content of crafts. So and this episode is kind of exciting for me because I actually have some finishes, some knitting finishes. And I know I've said so many episodes in the past that, oh, I'm so close to a finish, I'm so close to a finish, but I am not the speediest of crafters, so perhaps I should learn not to announce an impending finish as soon as I have been. Regardless, there are some things to show, and I'm super, super duper excited about them. I'm rather pleased with myself, and it's just fueling the joy and enjoyment of doing these things that I love so much. So I'm gonna grab the first one so we can talk about it. Let's see, that is it. So the first finish, and I super love this one. I need to tell you about it. This is the framework bralette from Jessie Made Designs. It's finished. It looks super cute on. This is a great pattern if you are an adventurous beginner. Checking on the dog. With knitting, I think this is an appropriate pattern. Try not to hide my face. We're gonna do this. Yeah, and it's cool. It's pretty reversible. All four sides are identical except for, you could theoretically do this as a halter, perhaps. Yeah, I finished this. Good Lord, I need to start writing down the dates for these things. It's been maybe a month, I guess. Couldn't tell you. So, yeah, some thoughts on this. I will definitely, I probably shouldn't say definitely. I really do think I will knit this again in nicer yarn. This is an acrylic, fuzzy, the color is fantastic. I do kind of like the fuzzy halo and everything, but this is an acrylic, worsted weight yarn. I bought it from a craft store on clearance, many years ago, and it was either use it or toss it. So I figured I'd give it a try with this one, and I still have an entire ball of this left, and it's going to Goodwill. I can't. This was not the best to knit with. It's the fuzzies get stuck, and if you have to tink back or anything, they like meld and felt together almost. It was very difficult. So if you don't make mistakes, you could use this. But I definitely make plenty of mistakes. I see some spots where it's not perfect, but no one will ever know. And I really like it. I think it's super cute. And I'm hoping for a little bit of a photo shoot with the boyfriend to get some nice pictures wearing this, with the hair and makeup and the whole shebang, instead of just me in my bathroom mirror acting all goofy. So stay tuned to Instagram for that, if you would like to. And yeah, I think it's very flattering on, which is a pretty important thing. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about the framework bralette. So let's move on to the next one. And this one is kind of a big deal for me because this thing was a labor of love. And I'm sure you saw it just now. Make sure I have the right side facing you. Yes, do. Twist and turn. This is the Sharon Air MCal. I started it last August. it was my birthday start. It started, the whole thing started on my birthday, so it was kind of like, well, I gotta. And I do have some better pictures that I will insert, so you can see it in its glory. This is still not washed and blocked. Got to get some blocking mats. I'll probably end up actually getting workout mats, you know, the ones with like locked together like puzzle pieces that resemble real blocking mats. I kind of thought I would do the actual ones because I wanted the grid lines, but I'm not sure that's necessary. So it is a finish for now, and then once I get it blocked and washed and give it a bath, it'll go on the blocking mats, and it'll get even bigger. This thing is quite large. It took up a good chunk of my sofa when I was taking pictures, but I really love this. So I should give you some details. This is the Sharon Air mystery knit along from Casapinka. It was her summer mystery shawl from last summer. I am hoping and looking forward to the one she does this year, assuming that she does. The yarn is a 4-color set from Miss Babs in Yummy 2-ply. I love the stitch definition. This pink speckled is my favorite. I'll try and hold it up so you can see it. It's a gray with like fuchsia pink speckles. My favorite color, the pink that is in this, and the whole time I was knitting with it, I just kept thinking like I need more of this color. Here it is. I need to rewind the balls. I had a good chunk left of, it's got a tail. This is a hot mess, but it's a little better. I'm gonna bust out the ball winder to tidy these up. I had quite a lot of most of the colors left. I am unprepared. This dark purple I used the most. This was the color A, so it was the predominant color throughout. And it's just gorgeous. It's a really pretty royal, slightly plummy purple in person. And so I'm going to start looking for things that use scraps as well soon. Because I'm itching for a new cast on. Even though I still have at least 2 knitting whips at this point, but I'm really itching for a new cast on, and I will talk about that a little bit in the plans section. So those are my 2 finishes for in the last month. Scooch that out of the way. And then let's move on to whips. And as always, I like to start with my Vintage Simplicity pattern. This is a Dimensions kit that I picked up from Joann's. It came with everything except the hoop and the needle miter. So all the floss, this uses so many colors. I have finally moved on to this red dress lady in the back. She's got her little foot there. And so yeah, I did do quite a bit on this while I was watching Netflix for a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to pick it back up again. Once this big lady is now done, I feel a lot closer to completion, and like it's not miles and miles away. So that is where I'm at. I believe I will do some this weekend. Hopefully it's shaping up to be a very social and jam-packed weekend, but I do try to make it a point to squeeze in some crafting because it really makes my mental health feel much better. So yeah, that is Vintage Simplicity. I will hold up the cover picture so you can see what the finished project should look like if I don't mess it up. It's a little better. It has been in a project bag for quite a while. I started this in 2021, I think. So it's rather frumpled, but that's okay. And so I'm about here-ish. And I'm just going to keep going up with that corally orangey red color. So yeah, not too much to say about that. Not too much left to say about that, I should say. And then next, I shoved too much in here, is Tonight Rewrite. And I have not been in the mood for a very Halloween-y or spoopy project. What's better there? It's a little reflective. But there it is. Beautiful pattern from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I received this in their inaugural Halloween box last year, and this was the big piece. You know, they have a couple of smalls, and then this is the pièce de résistance. So yes, let me show you where I am in the actual project. There you go. Right side up. So here we are. I believe, and I suppose I should watch my last videos back to get a better understanding of where all I was at when we last chatted, but I didn't. I guess no one's really surprised about that. Regardless, I filled in quite a lot. I was really focusing on getting this moon, very obvious page line there. Filled in the beige and the black, and I'm really at the edge of the hoop there, so I'm getting ready to start doing more on the witch and her broom and dress. And you know, I think this is very color blocky. I could, if I put my mind to it, churn it out really quickly. I've only really been pulling this out for Dark 13, which is kind of a shame. But I guess my mind just doesn't think it's the right time of year for some reason, which is stupid. Because I try to really rotate all of my projects out so this exact thing doesn't happen. Getting back into the swing of things and ready to be more regular. So yeah, details. This is a 16 count Ada from Be Stitch Me in the color Pumpkin Patch. And this really rad needle minder came in the box as well. See if I can show you, please. Perhaps not. Okay. So that is Tonight Rewrite by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Yeah, and I know in the fall, in October especially, I will feel more drawn to this, but I don't like to let them languish, and I have so many things that I want to start, but my brain thinks I can't until I finish something, and I have mixed feelings on that. But there are so many patterns that I have in my stash that need some loving, so I don't know how many whips I will end up this year. I'm feeling in a very starty mood. I want to make all the things. I beg your pardon. So the next cross stitch project is my Snail Biscorno. Something fell. And so I know I said I wouldn't say this, but I am so dang close to a finish. There are two more, it's these two left, and then one of these little guys left, and I always pull it out, and I've been working on it any time of the week now. I'm not kind of not leaving it just to Snail Sunday, because it's so dang close. So it's wild that like this took me maybe 2 hours. I'm very distractible. I think I'm either watching Netflix or sitting in the room while David is playing Zelda, which I find very enthralling. I'm enjoying that game as well. It's a really, really good game. You should check it out. All of the Zelda games, I think, are masterpieces. So yeah, a little bit of a tangent there, but it's been on my mind a lot, and a lot of people have been going hard on the Zelda. So yes, that is a Snail Biscorno. I'm tantalizingly close. Part of me thinks maybe this weekend when I'm sitting at the pool, I will just churn that sucker out. In case you wanted to know, give you details. This is a freebie pattern from Doreen Jones' Facebook group. She generously provides so many free patterns. She has them organized in her the photo albums of her Facebook group by year, and there are some really, really cute ones in there. So highly recommend you check her out. She's not everyone's jam, but I think this one's just adorable. Right, so that is all on Snail Biscorno. And I'm going to grab the last cross stitch whip, which is, I'll hold up the cover photo, Happy Summer from the Frosted Pumpkin. I have so many Frosted Pumpkin patterns, and I absolutely intend on doing every one of them and then some in the future. So Happy Summer. This cute little cat is just ready for a beach day, it seems, with her little hat and sunglasses and some treats and sandcastle and shells and her flippy floppies. Considering giving this cat a name, I'm not sure what. I don't know why I feel the need to name all of the things that I do. And I started this because my friend Beck, who loves cats, had a sale for her birthday where we would all stitch on cats and post on Instagram using the hashtag CatKingdomSal. I've been working on it a little bit, not really posting a ton. I did a few to my stories, but not having a ton of progress. For some reason, just keeps me from posting on Instagram, but I'm trying to be better about that because I want to share and chat with all of y'all, doing all the things. And this is where I'm at. And so I did put in a few stitches up here in that peachy color. Part of the kitty's ears. It is now running. Come on now. Alas. But these are fairly color blocky projects, so I mean, Year of the Rabbit didn't take me that long for me, so I think that's why, part of the reason why I enjoy Frosted Pumpkin patterns, because it's not a ton of confetti, and they're just so dang cute. So, yes, this is, ooh, my brain froze. This is a 18 count Ada from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers in the color Rockin' Robin. And it's a really beautiful sky blue, kind of pool blue. You do see the modeling with my lighting a little bit better than in real life. It's quite subtle, but I thought it was absolutely perfect for this project because I know I think of the pool and the beach in the summertime. Duh. And then my little Luna needle minder from Sailor Moon, and that is that. This is the first time I'm using Anchor Floss for this, and I quite like it. I think they have just a little bit more sheen than DMC. The cost is pretty comparable, and I just thought I would give them a go. I don't have all of the colors yet, actually. I need to pick up one of the oranges, which I will probably do tomorrow, to fill in the kitty, and I think some other things in the pattern, but a lot of it is the cat. So that is Happy Summer. And I I think it goes without saying, but I would like to finish this before summer is over, so perhaps that will be a bit of a focus piece. But we'll see what happens. So let's see. The next is empty. The next project I have to talk about that I've actually worked on is my sweater that I've been working on. Pardon me. And these are all in little tote bags you get at the checkout line at Joann's. They're all super duper cute and affordable. And I get one like every time I go there because you can never have enough project bags. Don't tell me otherwise. So the next pattern is $5 in Paris by Anna Malashevsky. Apologies for most likely butchering that. This was a free pattern I downloaded ages ago. I started it many years ago and got a little bit in my own head about I guess just fear of screwing it up, that I wasn't doing it right, that my skills were not up to par. But this is a very beginner friendly pattern, and I said pshaw to fear. So I'm going to show you. Oh, there's a charging cable. Why? And it's inside out. Fantastic. Okay. Next time I change the colors, I'm going to have to rewind all of these balls so they're not so chaotic. Okay. So, let me hold it. It's going to be this way. So, here is where we are. It's rolling. Just stockinette all the way around. I think this will be so cute for fall, like maybe at a football game or something, if that was something that I did. And so here is where I am. I'm ready to start another stripe in the gray. And last time I checked in with YouTube, I was... There's 2 stitch markers, and that confuses me. Here. I'm pretty sure this is it. I doubt that's from long ago. This was the last check-in I did. It's coming back to me. So I did about 16 rows all the way around. This is great TV knitting. Like this, listen, this should have been done ages and ages ago, but that's in the past, and I'm just going to keep moving forward and getting better at these crafts. The yarn is Caron Simply Soft worsted weight, and I quite like it. I think it's quite soft and aptly named. So I anticipate a finish on this sometime this year. My knitting bug kind of alternates with my stitchy bug, so it's just sort of, I get the urge and I do the thing. I stitch and knit what I want when I want. That is the most important thing. I considered doing Whipco for my projects, but I'm a little bit, what's the word? I don't want to say wishy-washy, but I'm very much like, I just listen to my mood and my urges, and a bingo board that tells me what to do doesn't really jive with how my brain works. I do quite like the wheel, the make a decision wheel. You can spin and it'll choose for you basically, and I will do that, and when I'm making up my planner for the week, kind of decide what I'll be working on each day. And I try to do every other cross stitch and knitting. Doesn't always work out that way, but yeah, that is that. That's actually the last whip that I have. that I have touched since the last video. I have not worked on the Bridget hat. That one's kind of intimidating to me. I need to tink back all of those cables that I screwed up, which makes me anxious because I don't want to have to unravel and start the whole thing over again if I do not have to. And my count got all mixed up, and it's not something that I can do while I watch TV, which is how I prefer to craft. So I need to just have some good quiet time and just, you know, be a big girl and figure it out. So, that is it for works in progress. I do have some plans. This afternoon, I just bought a new pattern from Shaded Stitchery. Nuri is the designer there, and she came out with a new sampler. I guess it's a sampler. She called it, there's sampler in the name. It's the Freedom Motif Sampler, and I will put in a picture of what the chart looks like, the cover picture. It's for Juneteenth, which is this Monday, in a few days. And I had seen her this Juneteenth Day chart before, and she has a lot of other amazing charts. The Data Portraits in Paris was just genius. I will probably get that one in the future. I think it's brilliant. And the Shaded Stitchery Freedom Motif Sampler, I want to start very, very soon. I don't think I'll be actually able to start it on or by Juneteenth, just simply because I want to find a good fabric for it, and I'm looking to branch out into some better fabrics than just the Aida in the big box craft stores. So I want to give it the proper fabric that it deserves, and I do need to be on a budget as well. So hopefully by my next paycheck is kind of what I'm thinking to get it kitted up. So yes, that is in the works as well. I will insert a picture and link to her Instagram and or her Gumroad, so you can check her patterns out. They are really, really quite good. I knew she was coming out with a new one, and as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. She's a fantastic designer. So yeah, a little bit of gushing for that designer, and then a more imminent start because I have all the things that came in the bird box. Glasses that's trying to escape. If you saw the flash of all of that, then you know this is, well, also because I just said it, this is a bird box pattern, and the pattern that I want to start next, especially for Pride, is Spring's Promise. Yes, that is the correct name, by Jessie at Mislaid Pages. This is their first design, and color me impressed. It's absolutely lovely. The swans and the irises and this beautiful swirly curly Q border is just lovely. I think it's very, maybe this is my own preferences coloring it, but I think it's very pretty and delicate and dainty and a little feminine. But yeah, the swans, they're really pretty. They make a little heart with their necks. See? Yes, so I have everything. I even have a spare nerd hoop, and I am itching to get started working with these dinky dies for the first time. I said in my last video that they're so soft, and I definitely want to get more dinky dies. These colors that Jessie curated are delightful. Just really pretty color palette. And also this hand-dyed fabric from Mislaid Pages. If you know, you know. These are very coveted. This is in the color Renewal. It's a fat 8. And a 32 count Lugana. I'm a little nervous because this is super duper small. I may have to look into some magnifying glasses and a better light, task light for this. So since this is my first time doing a 32 count, I think this will be slow going because I don't want to screw it up. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It is just cross stitch, but it matters to me. Because I do get quite down on myself if I keep making mistakes, you know. Probably shouldn't, but there you have it. So yeah, that is everything for plans and whips. The only other thing I have to share, I know I mentioned before that I've been playing Zelda like it's my second job. That game is so good. Tears of the Kingdom, if you were on the fence about it, get it. It's really good. I've been loving it. I think it's easier than Breath of the Wild. I got very frustrated with that because I am not an elite gamer. I am very much a casual gamer. And I got very frustrated with Breath of the Wild, and I did never finish it. But I think it's an improvement. My boyfriend thinks it's too easy. He's in the other room playing it right now, and he's just zooming through it. That's a really, really good game, and I'm super loving it. I grew up playing Zelda and watching my brothers play Zelda, and I was fortunate enough to be the right age when the Ocarina of Time came out for the Nintendo 64, and that is still like one of my top three favorite games ever. So good. I can't say enough about how much I love it. But yeah, that's kind of been taking time away from my craftiness, but I'm just kind of addicted. I sign off from work and go into the bedroom and boot her up. And then I play until my boyfriend David gets home and we switch out, and then I pick up some crafts. So I think it's a pretty good system. So yeah, it's nice. It's you know, some sweet coupley quality time. Maybe a little cheesy, but I enjoy it. And then last but not least, I have finished some books. I finished the last Artemis Fowl series book that I was able to get my hands on. There's one more left, but it was not in Libby for my local library. So I'm either going to have to just buy it from the ebook store or the used bookstore or something like that to get the completion on that series. And then after I finished that book, I had several books that I picked up from a used bookstore that just opened in my area, and I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. I quite like that series. I wasn't like... I think it's an instance of something having way too much hype. Like, I was expecting, like, mind-blowing obsession, you know, with this series. But it was kind of a little bit more of a slow build for me about 2/3 of the way, and I started really being like, oh, wow, this is really good. So maybe that'll just continue to build through the rest of the series. I have every intention to finish the series, because why not? It's how I like to spend my time some of the time. And I think that book took me about 3 weeks, maybe, ish. I should have the stats here. I have it all in my Goodreads, but alas, I'm a professional. I'm not prepared. I kind of just dove in to this. Fun fact, this is actually the second time I'm recording this Flosstube, and I had to redo it because the camera would not focus. I was so blurry. There was no way I could have been able to publish that, so we're doing take 2. I think this one is going better. Not just because the camera is behaving. I had my tech AT guy help me out. So, thankful for that. And then, you know what? That is all she wrote. That's everything I had to talk about today. I hope I don't forget anything. Oh, yes, I have been working on my diamond painting a lot on the weekends. I drag my card table and all my diamond painting supplies into the bedroom. And I sit there and watch TV and kind of see what David's doing in Zelda. So I got 2 sections done on this very large canvas. It's a Beautiful Day at St. Clair by Chuck Pinson from the Diamond Art Club. I will do my best to insert a picture of where I'm at on the canvas. I will endeavor to insert a picture of where this canvas, where my progress is on this. It's rather large. It's hard to get a decent picture. I have to like stand on the chair and hold my phone over it to get a good picture. But I will probably end up begging David, who's also a photographer extraordinaire, to help me out. So that is everything I had to share with the interwebs today, and I hope that everyone is doing well and has a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you with more progress in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!